What's a school rumor you heard as a kid that turned out to be true years later? The one about our vice principal, Ms. Winters, having a secret identity. Everyone at Westridge High had theories about her. Ms. Winters was this perfectly polished woman. Pencil skirts, blouses buttoned to the neck, hair always in this tight bun that looked painful. She taught AP English and could silence a rowdy cafeteria with just a raised eyebrow. But there was something off about her schedule. Every single Friday, Ms. Winters would vanish at exactly 3:15 p.m. Not 3:14, not 3:16. She'd check her vintage wristwatch, grab her leather messenger bag, and practically sprint to the parking lot. The rumors were wild. Some said she was in witness protection. Others thought she had a secret family. My friend was convinced she was meeting with government handlers because she was obviously a spy. We'd make up these elaborate stories during lunch, each one more ridiculous than the last. What made it weirder was how seriously she took this schedule. She once stopped mid-lecture when the clock hit 3:15, leaving 30 confused seniors staring at an unfinished analysis of The Wasteland. Another time, she canceled a parent-teacher conference with the superintendent's wife because it would run past her mysterious deadline. The one time someone actually asked her about it during junior year, she just smiled this tight little smile and said, "We all have commitments. Mine simply require punctuality," then gave him detention for inappropriate curiosity. After graduation, the mystery of Ms. Winters faded like most high school memories. I moved to Nashville after college with my music degree and zero job prospects. Started waiting tables while playing small gigs at night. 10 years of grinding, and I was finally making a modest living playing guitar for different bands. Last night I was at this grungy dive bar where local musicians hang out. I'd just finished a set with a country band when the MC announced the next act. Give it up for Detention Hell. The crowd went nuts, which surprised me since I'd never heard of them. 4 people dressed in all black took the stage, and then this woman stepped up to the mic. She was probably in her 50s, but looked ageless in that rock and roll way. Black leather pants, combat boots, and a shock of pink hair styled into a mohawk. Tattoos covered her arms, literary quotes mixed with skulls and roses. When she grabbed the mic, something about her stance triggered a distant memory. Then she spoke, "We're going to melt your faces off tonight, Nashville." The voice was different, rougher, lower, but something in the precise way she pronounced Nashville made my brain itch. The band launched into their first song, and holy hell, they were good. Hardcore punk with these complex lyrics that were somehow both poetic and furious. The crowd was losing their minds as this woman prowled across the stage, screaming about societal constraints and the prison of expectations. It was during their third song that it hit me. The woman commanding the stage, making a mosh pit full of 20-somethings scream along to lyrics about rebellion, was Ms. Winters, the same woman who once made me rewrite an essay because I used too many adverbs. I stayed for their entire set, watching in disbelief as my former vice principal, the embodiment of structure and propriety, transformed into this punk rock goddess. After the show, I waited by the stage door. When she walked out, I wasn't sure she'd recognize me, but her eyes widened immediately. "Jake Wilson, class of 2011? I nodded, still processing the cognitive dissonance. "Nice mohawk, Ms. Winters." She laughed. A real laugh, not the controlled chuckle we'd sometimes hear at school. Haven't heard that name backstage before. It's Raven when I'm here. So every Friday at 3:15, load in and sound check. Been doing weekend shows for 25 years. She shrugged. "Teaching pays the bills, but this feeds the soul." She leaned in with a conspiratorial smile. "Small towns run on gossip, Jake. I just gave them enough mystery to keep them creating their own stories." Then she added in a whisper, "And if you tell anyone back home, remember I still have those angsty poems you wrote about Melissa Jenkins sophomore year, the ones with all the adverbs." I watched her climb into a tour bus, still trying to process that the woman who made us diagram sentences was now screaming about anarchy to packed crowds. Some people really do contain multitudes.